So hi everyone, this is Dylan Shaw from H2O Escapes. I am here today as just making a video with Seabourn, and it's for my Facebook group, the Cruise Ships Tip, Tricks, and Reviews for Canadians, but also for anyone on YouTube, anyone out there that wants to know more about Seabourn and how maybe getting on one of these ships could be perfect for you. So I've been joined today by Maxine Gunderman from Seabourn. She is our cruise expert for Seabourn, and she's employed by Seabourn. And if I have any questions as a travel agent, I could be contacting her and say, hey, I have a if it's something that I don't know, I can contact Maxine and say, hey, these clients are looking for this, or what's your opinion on this? And Maxine will guide me in the right directions to make sure the clients, the travelers, are going to have the best possible cruise. So welcome, Maxine. Thanks to you for joining us today.
Thank you, Dylan. Happy to be here.
So I believe we're going to go through a presentation, and then you have a slide deck. I know some videos. I saw it while we were off screen. So pretty exciting. Seabourn, for those who don't know, I'm sure Maxine's going to go over it. It's an ultra luxury cruise line, very special in the industry. I even have a group trip coming up next year. So anyone that wants some information, we'll quickly talk about that after. But Maxine, if you want to start, go right ahead. If you want to say anything else, we're all friends here.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Dylan. Yes, just happy to be here. I've been in the cruise industry over 15 years, and Dylan, I've worked on ships, sailed on ships. I've been on almost every single brand possible. So coming over to Seabourn over 2.5 years ago now, it was just this aha moment of, oh my gosh, you can have it all. You can have comfort and luxuries and everything included, and just have the most incredible, spectacular travel experience no matter where you'd like to go in the world. So Seabourn, as you said, small ship capacity, and when you think about what that really means is it's not that they're small ships that you don't get entertainment or, it's an older demographic only, or there's not as much to do on board. These ships are built large, that they have full casinos and they have full entertainment, and you're dancing the night away, and there's incredible choice when it comes to bars and restaurants. But what it means is that it's a small ship capacity. So there's less crowds. There's, in fact, no lineups, no waiting for anything. Getting on and off the ship is super easy. And we can get to places that the bigger ships can't go to. So, it changes everything about how you look at travel. And we are award winning, which we, love to give you the confidence that it is going to be the most exceptional experience. And so when you look at all of our ships, we in fact have 6 ships to choose from. You're going to see that we have 2 ships that are just 450 guests and 2 ships that are 600 guests. And I know, Dylan, you have selected the Seabourn Ovation. So there it is there in the middle. And then we have 2 ships that just host almost 250 guests. And those are actually dedicated expedition ships. So those can go to the most remote corners of the world, including Antarctica, the Arctic, and even tropical expeditions like the Amazon River and South Pacific. So you have a little bit of everything to choose from. Mm-hmm. Now, the reason why, if there's so much choice out there, not even just cruise, but, you could be on a bus tour, you could just tour a place on your own, you could be on a river cruise, but, why Seabourn? It just perfectly gives you everything you're looking for. Multiple destinations with the glory of unpacking just once and waking up in a new place every day. But again, without the crowds, without the masses. If you've never been on a cruise before, you might just think that there are these thousands of guests and, port time is limited, and you wonder how you're going to feel on a ship. Are you going to feel, cramped or trapped? So there's so many different ways to think about how we travel, and the benefits of traveling with Seabourn are actually both sides of the spectrum. It's the onboard experience. They always say the journey is just as incredible as the destination, and that's what Seabourn's able to deliver. You can dance the night away, have incredible food. You can have all the entertainment and beautiful spacious environments, the suites, that's another thing about typical cruises is that the rooms are really small. And so I'm going to show you the rooms, going to show you the onboard experience. But what you might not think about as much is the destinations and how different that can be. And so the fact that we go to the places that the larger ships can't fit into. We have more destinations, less sea days. And then, I mean, the photo right there, you can see the marina platform at the back of the ship. That's the quintessential yacht-like feeling to just literally frolic in the ocean straight from the vessel. So we are fully all-inclusive on board. So the onboard experience, from open bar of fine wines, premium spirits, all your sodas, even the in-suite bar is fully stocked. So you really, it's like opening your fridge at home. It's all there. It's all included. And then there's the incredible service, but you're not paying extra for the tip. And you're not paying extra for Wi-Fi. We have high-speed Wi-Fi on all of our ships. And we also have all of our dining. So every single restaurant, which there are plentiful, we'll talk about, the sushi bar on board, Seabourn Ovation, and all of the different culinary experiences. So you're not paying, you're not taking your wallet out, you're not charging anything to the room. You get that kind of freedom that you wouldn't even get if you were just going to, travel Europe on your own, because the hotels and transfers, and so you just have that beauty on board. And I'm going to show you how big the rooms are, how comfortable everything is. And then we'll talk about, the differences on shore as well, the destinations you're choosing and where we go. So, Dylan, I know that you, love these ships and the space that we're able to offer. The veranda suite that you're seeing here is what really virtually everyone has. This is your entry level. So this isn't me wooing you with the top suites. This is what your clients are going to book when they sail with you on Seabourn Ovation. It's 350 square feet. It's private, unobstructed balcony as well. So you get that fresh air, an open concept. You do have that seating area as well. So in-room dining is included. You just have this space that is genuinely great for 2 guests, and up to 3 guests is our maximum. But even the bathrooms, you hear these horror stories of the traditional cruise experience, and you have these tiny little bathrooms. This is the comfort space that you deserve if you're going on and off the ship every day and you have a different destination every day. You want to be able to move around. So we have the double sinks. We have the soaker bathtub in addition to your walk-in glass shower. So, if you want to treat yourself with a bubble bath, that is, your choice and availability. But you still have that modern glass shower that you just walk into as well. So the ship has really a little bit of everything. And as soon as our guests get on board, it's interesting because they say, wow, I didn't expect it to feel so big, because we keep saying small ships and they think that it's actually a small space. But you really have everything, including space to be. These bigger ships, if we actually looked at the size of the tonnage of the ship and the capacities they're putting on, it will actually feel more cramped. Even though they're bigger ships, there's triple the amount of people. So it'll feel more cramped on a larger ship than you will feel on Seabourn. There's enough deck space and pool chairs and cabanas and day beds, and we use all of these spaces so beautifully. There's deck parties at night, there's outdoor dining, there's 2 different bars just in this space alone. There's actually 2 hot tubs, those awnings, there's hot tubs under there. So there really is something for everyone. We even have a second pool at the back of the ship. Again, a very yacht-like experience to have 2 more hot tubs back here, another pool. As soon as guests walk out here, they think it's a private space. They just think, oh my gosh, this is incredible, but it is available for all of our guests. And this is actually an extension from the nightclub, which is a dance space, live band. There's the full casino in there. So beautiful amount of space all around. And when it comes to dining, I mentioned it's all included, but it's all very casual. So that's another thing I get a question about all the time is, well, how formal is luxury cruising? And it's a better comparison to compare it to, that private member golf and country club. You're paying for the exclusivity, but then when you get there, it's yours and you just get to enjoy. So we don't have the traditional formal, gowns and tuxedos. there is that respectable collared shirt or, knit sweater, long sleeves. And really that's the only requirement on board Seabourn. So it gives you that freedom of show up at dinner whenever you'd like, sit with whomever you'd like. The menu changes every single day. And not only do we have the restaurant, but we have another space called the Colonnade. We actually just introduced a brand new space, a new restaurant on board all of our ships called Solis. So this photo at the top here is from the Ovation. So, gorgeous indoor dining decor, but then it has a full outdoor dining area, which has the most spectacular sunset. So the menu is incredible. The menu in each and every one of our restaurants is completely unique and individual. And this, of course, being the highest rated experience on board, and yet again, still fully included, full complimentary. I mentioned outdoor dining at the patio. So this is a dinner experience called Earth and Ocean. Again, every single day of the cruise, no reservations needed and no extra charges. Just another beautiful option. When I was on Ovation last, I was dining out at Earth and Ocean, under the stars, bistro lighting, and the band was actually setting up. I mentioned we use this deck space so often for theme nights and parties. So the band was setting up, and so right after dinner, I took this video of this dance party that just kind of broke out on the pool deck with a full live band, incredible music. The drinks are being passed, and there's even, sometimes canapes and appetizers, because it's all included. You really get that yacht-like feel on board the ship of, what that experience feels like. Now, I definitely encourage you to post this video individually. This is a full walkthrough of our ships. And I mentioned, I didn't want to razzle-dazzle you with our absolute top suites, but we do have top suites. We have our largest, which is the Winter Garden Suite, which, has beautiful outdoor kind of jacuzzi, solarium area. You can see the bathroom areas here. Our owner suites become that one bedroom suite along with our penthouses as well. So just a few different categories, but the veranda suite is 85% of the whole ship are all veranda suites. Now we have some incredible restaurants to choose from, as well as some beautiful lounges. There's piano bar. I showed you the main restaurant already. I mean, look how gorgeous this is. And to think that, you just get to order whatever you'd like off the menu every single night at changing. The Colonnade is more of a market style, very casual, but so much more elevated than a buffet for the fact that the tables are fully set and it is full service. The sushi bar, ultra exclusive, very small restaurant, no reservations needed, but fully included for you. And this is more of our living room. The Seabourn Square is our coffee shop and our library and our games and our guest relations and our, social atmosphere of both indoor and outdoor and seating and lounging. And then all the way at the top of the ship is the observation bar with beautiful music. And I mentioned the club with live music and the casino and the extension out to the aft terrace. So we get a lot of questions about, what is small ship entertainment like? What are the guests like? What is the age demographics? And truly, we span all different age categories equally. So our average age would be, mid 40s to late 60s. Sometimes we think luxury ships are, we picture the oldest, most seasoned travel demographics, but truly our small ship ambiance is casual, relaxed, and an active social environment that really is suitable for, just about anyone. So just taking you around the world, these 6 ships can truly explore all 7 continents. I wanted to start with some favorite itineraries. Caribbean, for example, we do the Caribbean. We actually do everything very differently. We are actually nominated for 8 Travel Weekly Reader's Choice Awards this year, and one of that is Best Unique Itineraries. So even if you've cruised before or you've traveled anywhere, you'll notice, for example, in the Caribbean, we don't just sail out of Florida. And the reason being we strive to be more in-depth in destination, take you to places off the beaten path. And we're not so much about the sea days as we are about those port days. So our Caribbean cruises start in St. Martin and Barbados. And we typically do a 7-night cruise, and we'll do, back-to-back cruises without repeating. So you can do a 14-night and do round trip. But I wanted to call out a very special place in St. Kitts that we go to on almost every single voyage. And it's a beach club called Carambola Beach. Carambola Beach is a private beach club in St. Kitts. And when Seabourn's in town, it's just for us. And we do a very special experience called Caviar in the Surf. So imagine, you're arriving in the Caribbean straight into Carambola Beach. There are no motor coaches or buses necessary. We go straight into this private beach club, and you have the whole thing to yourself. So the beach chairs, the sun umbrellas, you don't pay for anything. There's water sports. There's a lobster and steak barbecue that's served under beautiful white tents. It's all Seabourn style. So that's Carambola Beach there. But then our officers jump into the ocean in their uniforms. They have this surfboard filled with caviar and champagne, and all the guests get to, kind of swim out into the surf and enjoy this little taste of luxury. But really, where our number one destination is in the world is the Mediterranean. And you can see from this map that we're able to go to places that are, so inaccessible in some cases, or you'd have to take a train or a ferry, a bus to get to where you want to go from the major or, capital cities. So we're able to actually just arrive right where you want to be in the heart of it all. And one of our favorite things to do once we arrive is actually have that Marina Day I was talking about. So that the ability that our ships have to have that marina platform at the back of the ship and bring out the water sports. We have all our own, banana boats, as you can see here, kayaks, paddle boards, all sorts of different sports that, you just get to enjoy the ocean around you, which is something that you would never be able to do on a big ship. Now, another space on the ship that is almost kind of secret hidden is the bow hot tub. And I just love showcasing, even in Northern Europe or Alaska, the viewing platform that this creates. So just showcasing some of our Northern Europe, our Norway, our British Isles, our Iceland, our Greenland. We do have some pretty unique itineraries around the world. Now, this is a perfect time to be starting to explore where you want to go in the world, because you can plan for 2025, but we also have all of our voyages all the way through the end of 2026 available. So one thing that we've just announced is that we have perfectly aligned 2 of our ships, the Ovation and the Sojourn, in 2026 to be in the path of totality for the next total solar eclipse. So that's pretty epic. The ships are already more than 50% sold out. They're very popular. To just imagine witnessing this in the perfect position possible. So you see it even called out right on the itinerary. We know the coordinates. We know exactly where we want to be for that viewing and celebration. And other places around the world, like Alaska, this is monumental to go to a place like Alaska on a small ship, because you're going to see things from sea that you won't have access to from land, like the glaciers, like the wildlife, the sunrises, sunsets. But on a big ship, you'll never go in depth like you can with Seabourn. We have a shore excursion category called Ventures by Seabourn, where we launch our own kayaks and zodiacs right from the ship in these inaccessible remote areas for us to go explore closer to the glaciers, into the fjords, look out for wildlife. It is truly second to none. So we sail between Vancouver and Juneau in a 7-night voyage, and we can go to those true, authentic local ports that the bigger ships can't access. Now, if you're dreaming even further, more exotic, New Zealand, Australia, South Pacific, Tahiti, one of our most popular is our Asia cruises. Now, we do Vietnam, Cambodia, Thailand, and in the year of 2025, we are going to do the most amount of Japan that we have ever done. So we have 2 different ships from 25 and the winter in 26. Well, it's really the spring blossom season, and the fall colors are absolutely spectacular. So as I mentioned, all 7 continents, that you can truly cover the world on a Seabourn voyage. Now, Dylan, I know that, you have selected a very special or specific itinerary for next summer, Barcelona to Monte Carlo on the Seabourn Ovation. So I just wanted to put that up on the screen to show you that itinerary. I'm just going to try to manage your audio for a second. You should be able to, yeah, you're self-muted. So if you click the unmute button, there you go. No?
There we go. Can everyone hear me? There we go. That's good. Good information so far. So the reason I originally reached out to Maxine, so I've seen Maxine at a couple different trade show events and done some training with her in the past. So I am now a Distinctive host, Distinctive Voyages host. So I'm actually hosting a cruise on the Seabourn Ovation, July 11th for a 10-day Mediterranean magic. So I'm very excited about this. My wife's very excited about this. So what it is I've pulled some group space. We need to sell a couple more rooms to make sure I come on the board. But I'm going to be there for the week hanging out with guests. Pretty much I'm going to be sit there as a host. So I'm going to have an office hour every day. People can come in, they can talk to me about Seabourn, talking about different sailings, different ports if they want to, just general questions. We can even just have a chit chat. I'm a fairly open guy too, so I'll be there all week if people want to chat. Also, as part of this group and the Distinctive Voyages, everyone's going to get a free excursion. So the one day we're actually going to have a free excursion, and that's part of the group, and it's only for that Distinctive Voyage grouping that's going. So yeah, I'm pretty excited for that, and it's going to come up sooner than later. So we're already getting ready for it.
I just want to call out, this is such a beautiful itinerary. You'll notice there's only one sea day for the entire 10 days. If this is the quintessential, this is the best way you could explore the Mediterranean, starting in Barcelona. And I always recommend, fly in a couple days early if you've not been to Barcelona, or if you love Barcelona, because the ship departs at 5 p.m. And so we're not necessarily going to be part of Barcelona as part of the voyage. So whether you just want to be, by the beaches or by the markets, Barcelona is a great starting point, and especially if you're coming from Toronto or Canada, great flights to get you into Barcelona. But then the very next morning, you set sail at 5 p.m. The sail away is spectacular. You go for dinner, you go for dancing, you're mingling with everyone else, whether you casino or main stage show. You wake up 8 a.m. and you're in the islands of Menorca, and then the next day in Mallorca. And then there is a sea day, which is, still great because you just want to enjoy the ship. You just want to lounge around, not obligated to do anything. And then we're in Sardinia, and that's, just such a gem of Italy. If you haven't been, it's an island just off the coast of Italy. And then we're in Corsica, which is the larger island south of Sardinia, which is a French island. And then we get into, sorry, I did mix them up. So Sardinia is the southern one, and then Corsica is the smaller one above it. And then we get into Portoferraio in Italy, another tiny little island, and then Portoferraio, and then Cannes, France, and La Ciotat, France. I have not been to those tiny little villages, but I have been to Monte Carlo in Monaco, which is a great ending place as well. And, again, your choice to stay longer, extend your stay. I actually took the train from Cannes, France to Monte Carlo. The train route is very easy. So if you were to finish in Monte Carlo, you could go, to Nice, France, or any of the other regions in that area. But beautiful 10 days. And to think that it's open bar, the tips are in, the Wi-Fi's in, all the dining's in, you can actually contain your costs and budget a lot better by booking it with Seabourn.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm pretty excited too, and I think the one day the free excursion's the day that we're in Elba in Italy, so that will be
Ooh.
yeah, we're super excited. Like I've been nonstop watching videos, and not only just for Seabourn stuff because we're on the Ovation and like it's a beautiful, beautiful ship, but also just the individual ports and stuff too, right? Because some of them are smaller ports that like the bigger ships that aren't getting into too. So for those who've never done luxury cruising before, this could be, but done Mediterranean a bunch of times, this could be an opportunity to come try and see something new, right? And you're going to be spoiled a little bit.
Mhm. A little bit or a lot, indeed.
hmm Probably a lot. Okay, is that it for the presentation, or is that done for the presentation?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I just want to thank you for having me on today. And, all your clients have you as an advisor who has a direct line straight to the cruise line. So, they're in good hands.
Yeah. Okay. And then again, thank you for joining us. Anyone out there, if you ever have any questions about Seabourn or would just like a price quote, a free price quote, I'm more than happy to get information for you, and also to discuss different room options or upgrades or transportation, anything you need to make sure your Seabourn cruise goes off without a hitch. I'm your guy. I can, and then I mostly book for Canadian and American clients too, if that matters. And then also, if there's any questions you have, feel free to ask me because honestly, if I don't know, I'll find out. If I like, I don't just say I don't know. If I don't know, I have resources such as Maxine I can reach out to at Seabourn, or there's a big training portals and all that kind of stuff I have access to on my end as an agent. So yeah, Maxine, again, thank you very much. It's very much appreciated that you did this presentation today. It was I enjoyed even watching it when you were presenting. So I definitely love the product and I love listening to what you had to show today.
Thank you, Dylan. And bon voyage. Can't wait to hear all about it.
Yeah, thanks.